start the needle grinder on our home page. We're going to start off with our grinding screen. Here we have our cycle start, our manual, our automatic features. We have a robot running right now, our collet position readout, our robot compensation, so we can make our parts shorter or longer. Also, we have the ability to reset our compensations. We can access our dress coolant, grind coolant, and mist collector from here. We get a real-time readout of our robot position or our coordinates, as well as the angle. We have the ability to open and close our collets, see where we are in our needle grinding process. Right now, we're on deck waiting for our first of the 4 facets that we can see here. Our first facet would be our continuous tip. So we're waiting for that to start up and run, and then it breaks it down for current passes, how many passes we have to do inside of there, how many free passes we have. We have our loading time, real-time readout again for the collet, our cycle time, cycle count, and grind time, as well as our current profile that we are running. Bring us back to our part creator. Again, we have our compensation readouts, our robot wrist angle, our facets. For this needle that we're doing here, we have a continuous grind, and we're doing a conical point, so it's rotating 360 degrees. We're going to end up coming in 30 thousandths and doing 2 free passes after the fact. After that, we're going to the position of 0. We're going to do 15 thou coming off of that, doing 2 thou increments. We're going to complete 5 free passes. Our X offset is derived from the continuous cycle that we did here in number 1. So we're compensating for that initial grind. So we know we're coming in 30 thou, as that's what we've asked to take off from the first. So for our first angle, we're at 0. Second, we're at 120. And third, we're at 240. Wheel dress screen, you have the option for doing multiple pass or single pass. We show you your start position, your dress velocity, your end position, and your return velocity. You can also set your depth per pass. Here we're set for 1 thou, doing 16 passes, so we have our total depth of 16 thousandths. We can also reset our cycle counts. So you halfway through, do you want to reset? You can press reset there, 0 things out. On our setup page, we have the ability to add in angle compensations for your wrist, your pitch compensation,
the situation shows
your fit, and your yaw is going to be for your rotation, side to side. We also offer you the touch-off starting button when you have the plate located inside the machine. After you complete your touch-off with your end effector, level things out, you'll press your touch-off start, and that'll go up and initiate your touch-off with the AE sensor. You have the ability to next step through your touch-off process while watching your robot angle and your tool offset. Your tool offset is the distance from the tip of your part to the body of the end effector. The IVUS panel shows you a readout of the AE sensor. While you're utilizing that to do the touch off, you'll see the spike. The SBS touch off input will illuminate green, in which case it'll send a signal back to the robot, establishing its touch-off point. We also have the real-time robot program displayed. You cannot access or change the robot or controller through here, but you can have it set up and watch the program run as the needles are being ground. On the diagnostics page, we have the main spindle, collet axis, robot, and for machines that have the loaders and unloaders, the IAI robot cylinder. We can enable, disable, and reset all of the drives and motors from this screen. Jog all axis. You have the ability to jog the collets. Press and hold your buttons to establish the rotation, or you could have them go a set distance. And have them rotate as such. Same thing with your dresser. If you wish to enable your jogs, you can either jog it or have it go in incremental positions. For both the X and the Z, you have the 0 and the home position. So you'll utilize the home when you turn the machine on. You'll home your Z axis. If you wish to zero out your X axis for your quill, for your depth, you do so there. Cycle counters, auto comps, gauge counters are all controlled on the counter screen here. So we can count the amount of cycles that's been performed on the machine. You can set a gauge counter up to pause the machine and alert the operator on when they will need to gauge the needle. We'll have the auto dress set so that it'll pause the needle manufacturing process, dress the wheel, and then continue to make the product. We can have a counter set up for just the shift, as well as set up an auto comp counter to compensate for needle length as the process is ongoing. So every 100 needles you want to compensate 5/10 of an inch. Set your distance. And a value at which you'll reach, say 100, it'll go in 5/10 and automatically compensate for your needle length. Your part selection. You can choose from a library of parts. Open. See your profile here. This one is a 6 facet. We do the first one here, 360, the conical point, followed by roughing in the 0, 120 to 40 degrees, and going back to doing touch-up free passes on 0 and 120. The alarm screen, where it allows you to acknowledge and clear your alarm. User screens to choose from multiple users. Setting screens to run between inch and millimeters. Bypass your interlocks. Change your coolant from auto coolant on and off. As well as an auxiliary coolant filter. Part load controls all of the positions that you can see here on our automatic loader and unloader. This screen will provide access to all of the settings for that. well as the I/O for the part unload.